We have new information on the DeKalb Police Chief investigation. The 2-week internal probe is coming to an end, but the chief wants additional time off for health reasons. Our I-team has obtained some records that show Our I-team has obtained some Comptime records that sources say internal investigators are now examining very closely. They're looking at accuracy.
That's right. And Chief Terrell Bolton's attorney says he expects his client to be fired. Dale Russell has been on this investigation since the very beginning. This is really interesting what you have in front of you, some documentation from the chief.
Russ, there's a whole lot going on right now as the chief's 2-week administrative leave comes to an end. Chief Bolton has asked for additional time off for medical leave, as much as 2 weeks, his lawyer tells me. He has diabetes and is undergoing treatment. Meanwhile, we've learned investigators are looking closely at whether the chief earned all those comp days he took, and one of the things they're looking at are these documents.
You're the only one that have pursued it because we understand what's going on. We understand it, and my lawyers understand it.
Back in November, when we first asked Chief Terrell Bolton about his comp time, he told us he earned every minute of it.
How many extra days I earn a year with my hard work?
We found the chief took 70 comp days in a little over 2 years. Later, when we showed him his own DeKalb police policy that says police executives can't take comp time, the chief was no longer talking.
And if you have any concern about anything I've done, you call my lawyer.
Just days later, CEO Burl Ellis put Chief Bolton on 2-week suspension and ordered an internal investigation. Sources say one of the main issues internal investigators are looking into is how did Chief Bolton earn so many comp days? And what kind of record keeping did he have to prove that he earned it? The answer, in part, is on these color-coded spreadsheets obtained by the I-team. They were created by Chief Bolton's staff to show when he earned the comp time. But there are no details to show where the chief was working or what he was doing. When the I-team asked for backup documentation last November, we were told there wasn't any. The sheet showed Chief Bolton began racking up comp time soon after taking office. He started in mid-January, and by the end of February, he had accumulated 34 hours in comp time. All total, Bolton claimed he earned 319 hours, or nearly 40 days off by the end of his first year. Chief Bolton's attorney, Bill McKinney. How do you accrue so much comp time so quickly?
It's not unusual, particularly when a police chief is coming from out of town.
He earned as many as 53 hours comp time in 1 month, and even earned comp time on days he was using comp time to take off.
There's nothing that prohibits that we can see in the rules.
We found he earned comp time while out of town, traveling on a business trips to Texas, where his family lives.
And your time on the street is not long.
One example, shortly after DeKalb police officers were murdered, Chief Bolton kept an appointment with a police consultant in Texas. While in Texas, his comp time records show he earned 6 comp time hours the day he flew to Texas, 2 hours comp time on Friday, and another 2.5 hours comp time during the weekend, when records show he was at home in Dallas. And you think that would be fair and reasonable?
Well, if you're figuring an 8-hour day, anything above the 8 hours would be comp time.
McKinney says other than comp time, he still doesn't know what else the CEO is investigating, but he insists he knows who is doing the investigation.
We know it for a fact the Sheriff's Department is investigating this. So to our minds, is it still civil or is it expanded and now it's criminal? And why is a Sheriff's Department investigating a police department in the same county? I think this is unusual and unheard of.
Now, Bill McKinney told me that Chief Bolton has provided some additional documentation to go along with this to the CEO, but he says we can't get in there and find exactly out what they have. CEO Burl Ellis, spokesperson, told me that they have no comment about Mr. McKinney's questioning of the Sheriff Department. Now, the 2-week suspension ends in just a few days, and as of now, no word on what the final outcome will be. We also didn't hear back from the CEO about whether he's going to grant Chief Bolton those up to 2 weeks medical leave. Russ and Amanda.
Didn't they also change the acting chief, Dale?
Yeah, they have. It was Karen Anderson originally who had been brought over by Chief Bolton. It is now Major O'Brien, William O'Brien, or Bill O'Brien as he's known on the department. And to give you an idea of what he's like, I asked one of the officers, what do people think of him being put in there? And they said, the guy ran internal affairs for 5 years and everybody still likes him. What does that tell you? So there are a lot of people in DeKalb County that think, as of right now, that's a good acting chief to have, but we've got another chief over here that we've got to find out what his health is going to be, and is he coming back, and if so, how is this department going to run? A lot going on.
Still. All right, we know you'll be with it. Thank you.